think I learned to respect difference growing up in a weekly newspaper family where you had to do that partly to survive, but partly because you saw yourself as the instrument of the whole community. In 1956, there was a speakers contest run by the Rotary Club, and I won. And I had a little bit of editorial help by a fellow who lived 6 doors down the back alley, whose name was W.O. Mitchell. But anyway, I won the contest. And I came where we are, to the House of Commons, as a 17-year-old. When the leadership campaign opened, when Mr. Stanfield stepped down, my principal activity was to persuade Peter Lougheed to run. I went back several times and talked to him, and when it finally became clear that he was not going to, some colleagues and I sat down and decided which of us might. At the end of the day, the fact that I had been a Western Canadian who learned French, who demonstrated, as I'd learned in High River, to try to deal with the whole community, and that I was able to provide what the National Party needed at that time was somebody who was able to take on the formidable Mr. Trudeau. It was easier to criticize him than it was to defeat him. I was elected 8 times to the House of Commons. No one ever voted for me so that I could hold someone else accountable. People voted for me to initiate things. This is the comment of a short-term prime minister with long-term plans. We lost a government, and frankly, it was my fault. I was the guy in charge. I was 40. Had I been 43 or 44 with a little more experience in Parliament, I would have found a way to break up that budget bill and have the government succeed. In French, they use the word le gouvernement éphémère, the ephemeral government of Joe Clark. So I've learned quite a bit about what doesn't work and some things about what does work. I've been involved in a number of organizations that work internationally. The Carter Center, which was established by former President Carter. I work with him on governance issues. A group of us called the Friends of the Democratic Charter who try to encourage a common set of human rights standards. And also I do some work in making sure that elections are fair in some difficult countries in the world. It's really important work, and it can do things that governments very often cannot. Our relation to fate is not simply to survive it. Our relation to fate is to help direct it.